Now I'd like to have a world language teacher and founder of a dual language program for preschoolers, Milena DeLuca.
Good afternoon, fellow language professionals, advocates, students, and lawmakers of our beautiful state of Rhode Island. I'm Milena DeLuca, graduated from Salve Regina University and received my teaching degree from Providence College. I studied abroad in Rome, Italy, and attended a program in Yucatan, Mexico. My extensive personal opportunities and ability to speak Italian and Spanish have afforded me with the unique talent of being able to develop a multicultural approach to teaching and learning. This directly supports today's fight for a cure to provide global awareness and development of our multicultural programs throughout our schools and communities. I have taught world languages at the secondary level for almost 15 years in multiple districts within the state of Rhode Island. Due to budgetary restraints, I was laid off multiple times because our program was the one to have significant cuts made. The question I continue to ask myself is, how can world language program be dismantled and treated this way? World language acquisition is the cure for many of the communication issues that we face today. Additionally, the ability to communicate in multiple languages is becoming more important in our increasingly competitive global society, and the time has passed for us to act. We need to not only embrace other customs, cultures, but to celebrate them and their languages. Cultural awareness and the ability to speak more than one language is a key aspect to setting up children for success in their future professional endeavors. Armstrong PW and J.D. Rogers, authors of Basic Skills Revisited, The Effects of Foreign Language Instruction in Reading, Math, and Language Arts, have provided strong evidence showing that time spent in world language reinforces the core subject areas of reading, English language literacy, social studies, and math. In fact, some students who struggle with the difficult spelling and grammar rules in English truly flourish and feel a sense of pride when learning a second language. Further research by Armstrong and Rogers shows that world language learners consistently outperform control groups in core subject areas on standardized tests, often significantly. In order to rear children to attain such successes, we need all language advocates and lawmakers to pass the World Language and Dual Language Immersion Act. Very few districts in the state of Rhode Island are currently offering opportunities to learn world languages at an early age, and some of those districts are already cutting these newly implemented programs due to budget cuts. We are struggling to get all districts offering the same gift, the gift of a bilingual experience. This experience is not only an opportunity to learn a new content area, but also to improve the brain's executive function. By instilling a respect for world language and a variety of cultural differences at a young age, parents put their children miles ahead of future competitors. It is clear that children who have learned a second language at a young age, as demonstrated here today, have cognitive advantages such as increased problem-solving skills and creativity. Although children at every age benefit from learning a second language, there is statistical evidence that promotes language learning from birth. Very young children readily learn through play activities. They are less self-conscious than older learners and are willing to try out newly acquired language skills without fear of embarrassment. I saw a dire need for early education world language programs in Rhode Island, and so I pursued my dream and opened Rhode Island's first language immersion academy child care facility for children 6 weeks to 5 years of age. New Era Enrichment Academy in Johnston, Rhode Island. At this time, our country is comprised of only 20% second language learners, in comparison to the European level of 92%. The creation of New Era Enrichment Academy was my response to the growing need for children to be introduced to world languages in the natural immersion setting during this crucially important period of development. But it is not enough. My mission is to educate Rhode Islanders on the countless benefits benefits of early exposure to world languages. New Era Enrichment Academy is a unique academy in that it affords children the opportunity to integrate language and culture through natural exploration in an immersive setting while feeling loved and safe. In the 7 years of operating this academy, I have witnessed children's developmental milestones, such as their first words, be spoken in Spanish, even though their native language is English. Many of the children at the Academy fully embrace the opportunity to express themselves through exploration of skills in another language, because it comes so naturally to them at this early age. I not only speak as an owner and a teacher, but as a mother of 3 whom are all learning Spanish from birth. My oldest graduated the Academy last year and began when she was only a few months old. She spoke, she sang, and she performed all that she had learned in her time at the Academy in Spanish alongside her fellow graduates. There is an evident thirst and appreciation even among the youngest students at the Academy. We should not lower our standards for children. We should continue to encourage them to rise to the occasion and to become active members of a global community. Language is the compass to success. Research shows that language acquisition and development are best achieved between birth and 5 years of age, when children are naturally acquiring language. The key to creating a culture wherein one is proficient in at least 2 languages is to start early and to build proficiency through the student's academic career. Currently, language education in Rhode Island from birth to 5 is virtually non-existent. According to Harry Chungwei of Wayne State University, Children's Hospital of Michigan, children begin to lose their ability to learn language around the age of 10. The question I'm left with is, how do we bridge the gap? How do we make every graduate proficient in English and at least 1 other language, like so many other citizens who are able to achieve this success around the world? I truly believe that in order for Rhode Island to have every graduate proficient in English and at least 1 other world language, then learning a language should be viewed as a necessity at birth. Through research, studying, and life experience, I know firsthand that immersion is the best model. The goal is to create a culture where children graduate at age 5 proficient in another language before entering kindergarten, and then they continue with that language into elementary school. This model will act as a catalyst for elementary schools to increase the curriculum to include world language at the start and to continue through middle and high school. Unfortunately, for many years, districts have advocating starting world language in elementary school but never succeeded due to budget or schedule problems. And now a severe shortage of bilingual teachers exists. In order to prepare our nation's children to be the next generation of future entrepreneurs, doctors, scientists, engineers, and teachers, we must foster an environment from a young age that promotes multilingual learning. Through this, we are setting up our children, our future, our predecessors for growth, security, and ultimate prosperity. I realize that change does not happen overnight, but I am a firm believer that we, here in this room today, need to be the voice, the model for change we wish to see in the world. I am fully aware that language excellence not only requires us to value culture and language acquisition, but to implement these skills into our daily lives. I look forward to collaborating with the lawmakers from different areas in order to prepare our young graduates with the necessary skills they will need to be successful in our globally competitive society. Together, let's get our country's 20% of second language learners to 100% by creating more programs for children to receive the greatest gift, the gift of multilingualism. Thank you, Milena DeLuca, Era Enrichment Academy, and Cranston Public Schools.